my name is Kylie Louise McCormick, and I'm a member of the Oregon-California Trails Association. I am standing here in the general area where Deer Creek Station was established by Joseph Bissonette in 1850 in the modern city of Glenrock, Wyoming. Now, Joseph Bissonette, it's unclear when exactly he came into this area. He appears on the records as being in Fort Laramie, and then he appears as being the competition against Fort Laramie, helping to establish Fort Bernard and their other little forts along there. And eventually he decides he's going to move further up the river into this area of the North Platte River in the 1850s and establish this station here. He was an incredible interpreter. John C. Fremont, when he's coming through in the 1840s, he employs Bissonette as his interpreter from that Fort Laramie area all the way to the last crossing of the North Platte. And then Bissonette bids Fremont good luck and farewell at that crossing and sends him off into what Bissonette thought was dangerous territory to go any further west from there. Bissonette, he was married to 2 Lakota women. He had over 20 children, around 24 children, who were living with him right in this Deer Creek area in the 1850s. He establishes a trading station, as well as a bar and saloon, a blacksmith shop, and a corral. It was really like a little city grew up right here on the North Platte, where Deer Creek meets the North Platte. And right there, they also established a ferry that some pioneers who were traveling on the south side of the road had the option to take that ferry, cross over, and get on the north side of the road. Some people thought those ferry prices were pretty exorbitant and thought that they could just take their animals and swim across themselves. There's one such gentleman who is on his way to California and rides his horse into the middle of the North Platte River. He and his horse were swept away and never seen or heard from again. That a lot of people drowned right in this site and area. But thinking about Joseph Bissonette and his community that he established here, it lasts clear into the 1860s when there are increasing conflicts between the Native Americans and the people who are traveling west and the United States government, especially with the establishment of the Bozeman Trail. That the Bozeman Trail sparks a war known as Red Cloud's War. Red Cloud's War impacted Joseph Bissonette down here and Deer Creek Station, that even though he was married to 2 Lakota women, that different Lakota bands would come in and steal his livestock, and he would apply to try and get compensation from that from the United States government. And eventually he decides that he's going to abandon this station. But what is interesting about Joseph Bissonette and these other traders like him who come around in the 1850s establishing posts along the North Platte River is that the Native Americans saw them as one of themselves, that young man afraid of his horses. A more accurate translation of his name would be, they are even afraid of his horses. He spoke during the treaty process that ended Red Cloud's War on behalf of Joseph Bissonette specifically, as well as the other traders along the North Platte, and he said, they are one of us and they deserve to stay there. Joseph Bissonette, he does eventually abandon his station here, and he and his family move with the Lakota Nation onto the reservation that is established after Red Cloud's War. If you ever find yourself in Glenrock, Wyoming, come on down to the corner of Center Street and 3rd Street, and you'll find a fairly accurate map of Deer Creek Station, as well as a Pony Express marker to signify that Pony Express swing station.